What do successful people do before 8 a.m.? The way you start your morning shapes your entire day. Successful people do not wake up and waste time. They use their mornings to sharpen their minds, energize their bodies, and set clear goals. They take control. They meditate, exercise, plan their day, and focus on what truly matters. Science proves that morning habits create long-term success. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mornings. The question is, what will you do before 8 a.m.? Number 1, the science of a winning morning routine. The moment you wake up, your brain is like a blank page. It is fresh, open, and ready to absorb whatever you feed it. Before the noise of the world takes over, before the emails, the messages, and the stress, you have a short window to set the direction of your day. Science shows that early in the morning, your brain is in a special state where it learns and changes faster. This is why successful people do not waste this time. They use it to shape their mindset, their energy, and their future. Most people wake up and do the same things they did yesterday. Let the outside world decide how they feel. But here's the truth. Every morning, you have 2 choices. You can repeat your past, or you can create something new. High achievers understand this. They do not wake up and wait for life to happen to them. They take charge and prepare their minds and bodies for success. So what do they do differently? They take care of their inner world before reacting to the outer world. Meditation is not just a habit. Clear your mind and focus. It helps you stay calm and make better choices throughout the day. Visualization is not just daydreaming. It is a way to prepare your brain for success. When you picture your goals clearly in your mind, your brain starts working to make them real. Moving your body is also important. It wakes up your energy, improves your mood, and makes you more productive. These habits work together to create a strong and positive mindset. The goal is not to do everything at once. The goal is to find what works for you and make it part of your morning. Successful people have been following morning routines for centuries. Benjamin Franklin, one of the greatest minds in history, had a simple morning habit. Every day, he asked himself, "What good shall I do this day?" This small question helped him stay focused on his goals. Instead of rushing into his day, he took time to think and plan. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, also had a unique morning habit. He believed that sleep was not just for rest, but also for new ideas. He would wake up and write down any thoughts that came to him during the night. He knew that his mind was most creative in the early hours. This helped him come up with great inventions that changed the world. Henry Ford, the man who made cars affordable for everyone, also had a simple but powerful morning routine. He would wake up early, take a quiet walk, and spend time thinking. He understood that great ideas do not come from stress. They come when the mind is calm and clear. His habit of morning reflection helped him make bold decisions and build a successful company. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors of all time, had a similar approach. Instead of jumping out of bed and rushing into his day, he would lie still for a while. He believed that some of his best ideas came when his mind was relaxed. This quiet time in the morning allowed him to think deeply and create inventions that shaped modern technology. Even athletes use their mornings wisely. Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer, had a habit of saying powerful words to himself every morning. He would wake up and say, "I am the greatest." He repeated it over and over again, and soon his mind started believing it. This practice of positive thinking gave him confidence and made him one of the best fighters in history. What all these people had in common is that they started their day with purpose. They did not let their mornings happen by accident. They made a plan and followed it. They understood that what you do in the morning affects everything that happens later in the day. Science proves that setting an intention in the morning helps your brain focus. Your brain has a special system called the reticular activating system. It works like a filter, paying attention to things that matter to you. When you start your day with a clear goal, your brain begins to notice opportunities that will help you reach it. This is why writing down your goals, saying affirmations, or practicing gratitude in the morning is so powerful. It helps train your brain to look for success. Waking up early also gives you control over your time. Many of the most successful people in history were early risers. Apple's co-founder Steve Jobs had a simple morning habit. Every day, he would look in the mirror and ask himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I be happy with what I am about to do? If the answer was no too many days in a row, he knew he had to change something. This small habit helped him stay focused on what truly mattered. Another example is Winston Churchill, the famous British leader. Unlike many other successful people, Churchill did not believe in waking up at dawn. Instead, he made sure his mornings were slow and thoughtful. He would stay in bed until 11 a.m., reading and planning his day before engaging with the world. This shows that a successful morning is not about waking up early, but about how you use your first few hours. The key is to build a morning routine that fits your goals and lifestyle. It is not about copying someone else. It is about creating a habit that helps you become the best version of yourself. Even small changes can make a big difference over time. Waking up just 30 minutes earlier to meditate, stretch, or plan your day can transform your mindset and energy. Success does not come from one big lucky moment. It comes from small, smart choices made every day. The way you start your morning decides how you handle the rest of your day. Are you reacting to life, or are you creating it? The most successful people are not always the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who control their mindset, their energy, and their habits. Long before modern science proved these ideas, great leaders and thinkers were already using them. Their mornings were not random. They had a plan that helped them grow and succeed. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mornings. How you begin your day shapes your future. The question is, who are you becoming before 8 a.m.? Number 2, reprogramming your mind before the world wakes up. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. Every morning, you get a fresh chance to decide what you will feed your mind. But most people do not use this time wisely. They wake up and go straight into stress and let the outside world control their thoughts. By the time they step out of bed, their mind is already filled with distractions, worries, and negativity. Successful people do the opposite. They take control of their morning because they know that the first moments of the day shape everything that follows. Science proves that your brain is in a different state when you wake up. In the early morning, your brain waves are slower, making your mind more open to new ideas. This is called the theta state, a phase where your subconscious mind is most active. It is the same state children are in when they are learning something new quickly. This means that whatever thoughts you focus on in the morning sink deep into your mind. If you wake up and immediately start thinking about problems, you program yourself for stress. If you start with gratitude and positive thoughts, you program for success. Many great minds throughout history have understood this. Leonardo da Vinci, one of the most brilliant thinkers of all time, had a unique morning habit. He believed that the first thoughts of the day had the power to shape his entire day. Instead of jumping into work immediately, he spent time in deep thought, letting his mind explore new ideas. He would write down his thoughts and reflect on them, using his mornings to plant the seeds of creativity. Another example is Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men of the 19th century. Carnegie practiced a technique called mental rehearsal every morning. He would visualize himself achieving his goals and imagine success in great detail. He believed that this practice helped him shape his reality. Decades later, science has proven that visualization strengthens neural connections in the brain, making success more likely. So how can you reprogram your mind in the morning? The first step is silence. Instead of grabbing your phone, take a few moments, close your eyes, take deep breaths, and allow your mind to wake up naturally. This quiet moment helps you separate yourself from the rush of the outside world. It gives you time to connect with yourself before the demands of the day take over. The next step is feeding your mind with the right thoughts. You can do this through meditation, affirmations, or journaling. Meditation helps clear out negative thoughts and replace them with calmness and focus. Affirmations work like seeds that you plant in your subconscious. If you tell yourself, "I am confident and capable," your mind starts believing it. Successful people use this technique daily to train their brains for positivity and strength. One of the most powerful practices is mental rehearsal. Olympic athletes have been using this technique for decades. They close their eyes and imagine themselves winning before they even step onto the field. Muhammad Ali, the boxing legend, would spend every morning imagining himself winning his fights. He believed that if he could see it in his mind, he could make it happen in real life. You can use the same practice for anything in your life. Imagine yourself speaking with confidence, succeeding at work, or reaching your goals. When your brain sees something enough times, it starts making it real. Your body and mind are connected, and what you do physically also affects your mental state. That is why movement is so important in the morning. It does not have to be intense exercise. A simple walk, stretching, or even a few deep breaths can wake up your energy. Ancient traditions like yoga and Tai Chi have used morning movement for centuries to balance the body and mind. Science confirms that light exercise in the morning releases chemicals that improve mood, focus, and motivation. Many successful people have used movement as part of their morning routine. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, had a strict morning ritual. After waking up, he spent time reading, reflecting, and then doing light exercises. He believed that movement helped sharpen his mind and prepare him for the challenges ahead. The final step to reprogramming your mind is setting your intentions for the day. Your brain has a system called the reticular activating system, which acts as a filter. It focuses on what is important and ignores the rest. When you start your day by writing down your goals or saying them out loud, you are telling your brain what to focus on. If you wake up and say, "I'm going to have a productive day," your brain starts looking for ways to make that true. If you do not set an intention, your mind will be scattered, and you will spend the day reacting instead of creating. Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, studied hundreds of successful people. He found that they all had one thing in common. They started their mornings by setting a clear goal for the day. Some wrote it down, some spoke it out loud, but all of them took a moment to program their minds before stepping into the world. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mornings. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, and the actions you take in the first hour of the day create momentum. You do not need to wake up at 4 a.m. or follow someone else's routine exactly. What matters is that you take control of your morning instead of letting the world control it for you. History has shown that the greatest minds, leaders, and innovators understood the power of the morning. They used it to reflect, plan, and create before the world demanded their attention. In today's world, it is easy to get caught up in distractions. But if you want to rise above the noise, if you want to create a future that excites you, you must be intentional with your mornings. You have a choice. You can wake up and let the day happen to you, or you can wake up and take charge of your mind. The decision you make before 8 a.m. determines the kind of life you build. The question is, what will you choose? Number 3, breaking the habit of mediocrity before 8 a.m. Every morning, you wake up with a choice. You can either repeat the same routine as yesterday, staying stuck in the same habits, or you can take control and create a better future. Most people wake up and follow the same patterns they've been stuck in for years. They are trapped in the habit of mediocrity without even realizing it. Successful people do something different. They use their mornings as a time to break old patterns and set themselves up for success. They do not wait for motivation to come. They create it. They do not wake up hoping for a good day. They design it. The key to doing this is learning how to take control of your habits before the rest of the world demands your attention. Your brain works like a machine. It runs on the patterns you have programmed into it over time. If you do the same things every morning, your brain will keep repeating the same thoughts, emotions, and actions. This is why most people find themselves feeling stuck. They wake up and their brain immediately goes into autopilot, following the same routine as before. The only way to change your life is to break free from this cycle. And that starts with changing how you spend your mornings. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waking up and letting the outside world control their mindset. Instead of focusing on their goals, they are instantly pulled into the problems and opinions of others. This weakens their ability to think clearly and take action. Successful people know that the first moments of the day are sacred. They protect this time by focusing on their thoughts, their energy, and their vision for the future. A great example of someone who mastered his mornings is Benjamin Franklin. He believed that every day should begin with a clear purpose. Each morning, he would ask himself, "What good shall I do this day?" He understood that success is not about luck, but about being intentional with your time. By starting the day with a question that focused on growth and contribution, he trained his brain to seek opportunities to be productive and make a difference. Another historical figure who used his mornings wisely was Theodore Roosevelt. As a young boy, he was weak and sickly. Instead of accepting his fate, he decided to break free from his limitations. He created a strict morning routine of exercise, reading, and deep thinking. Over time, he transformed his body and mind, becoming one of the most energetic and influential leaders in history. His mornings were not spent reacting to life. They were spent creating the life he wanted. If you want to break free from mediocrity, the first step is to stop repeating the past. Many people say they want change, but they continue to follow the same habits. They wake up at the last minute, rush through their morning, and start their day in a state of stress. To break this cycle, you must interrupt your normal routine. Instead of hitting snooze, get up immediately. Instead of checking your phone, spend time in silence. Instead of starting your day with stress, start it with gratitude and intention. These small changes may seem simple, but they have the power to shift your entire mindset. One of the most powerful ways to break the habit of mediocrity is to move your body first thing in the morning. Science has proven that exercise boosts brain function, improves mood, and increases energy levels. Many successful people, from business leaders to world-class athletes, use movement as a tool to wake up their bodies and minds. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers of all time, started his mornings with intense physical training. He knew that if he wanted to dominate in the ring, he had to dominate his mornings first. He did not wait until he felt like training. He trained every morning because he knew that discipline creates success. Another key to breaking free from mediocrity is to feed your mind with powerful thoughts. Your brain absorbs information like a sponge in the morning. Whatever you put into it will shape your mindset for the rest of the day. Instead of listening to negativity, listen to something inspiring. Read a book that challenges your thinking. Write down your goals and visualize yourself achieving them. Great minds like Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla spent their mornings in deep thought, imagining new inventions and solutions before they even began working. They understood that what you think about in the morning determines what you create throughout the day. Setting a clear intention for the day is another habit that separates successful people from the rest. Your brain has a system called the reticular activating system, which is like a filter. It helps you focus on what is important while ignoring everything else. If you do not tell your brain what to focus on in the morning, it will default to distractions and worries. But if you set a clear intention, your brain will start looking for opportunities that align with your goals. This is why writing down your goals every morning is so powerful. It programs your mind to focus on success instead of distractions. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, had a powerful morning habit. Every day, he would look in the mirror and ask himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I be happy with what I am about to do? If the answer was no too many days in a row, he knew he had to make a change. This simple habit forced him to live with purpose and not waste time on things that did not matter. If you feel stuck in life, if you feel like you are repeating the same patterns and not making progress, the answer is simple. Change your mornings. Stop doing what you have always done and start acting like the person you want to become. Wake up with energy. Move your body. Feed your mind with positive thoughts. Set a clear goal. These small actions may not seem important in the moment, but over time they will change your life. The most successful people in history did not achieve greatness by chance. They created it through consistent habits. They woke up with purpose. They refused to waste their mornings, and they trained their minds and bodies for success. If you want to break free from mediocrity, you must do the same. Do not let another morning pass by on autopilot. Take control. Decide who you want to be and start becoming that person before 8 a.m. The question is, will you continue repeating your past or will you create a new future starting today? Number 4, how the mind and body align before the world wakes up. Every morning, your mind and body wake up together, but most people do not realize how connected they are. Your thoughts affect how you feel, and how you feel affects what you do. If you wake up feeling tired and unmotivated, it is not just because you need more sleep. It is because your body and mind are out of sync. Successful people know that the way they start their morning affects everything that happens later. They do not wait for energy to come to them. They create it by aligning their thoughts and actions in the early hours of the day. Science shows that your brain and body are in a special state when you first wake up. Your brain is still producing alpha waves, which means it is relaxed but alert. Your body has just gone through hours of repair and recovery during sleep. This is the perfect time to program your mind with positive thoughts and move your body to activate energy. But most people waste this time by checking their phones, rushing through their morning, and filling their minds with stress. They start their day in a reactive state instead of an intentional one. History gives us many examples of people who understood the power of aligning the mind and body early in the day. One of the best examples is Leonardo da Vinci. He did not wake up and jump straight into his work. Instead, he took time in the morning to stretch, breathe deeply, and engage in creative thinking. He believed that movement helped his mind work better. His ability to connect his body and mind allowed him to create some of the most brilliant inventions and artworks in history. Another example is Bruce Lee, the famous martial artist and philosopher. He believed that the mind and body were one and should always be trained together. Every morning he started his day with movement. He practiced stretching, martial arts, and meditation, understanding that physical training was not just about strength, but also about discipline and mental clarity. His morning routine helped him stay focused, energized, and creative. One of the most effective ways to align the mind and body in the morning is through breathing exercises. Deep breathing sends signals to the brain that it is safe and calm. This helps reduce stress and increases focus. Ancient traditions like yoga and meditation have used breath work for centuries to balance energy. Modern science now proves that controlled breathing in the morning lowers stress hormones and improves brain function. Even a few minutes of deep breathing after waking up can make a big difference in how you feel throughout the day. Movement is another key to waking up both the mind and body. It does not have to be intense exercise. A simple morning walk, stretching, or light yoga can activate your muscles, improve blood flow, and wake up your brain. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, understood this well. Even though he had a busy schedule, he made sure to take walks in the morning, knowing that movement helped him think better and prepare for the challenges of the day. What you put into your body in the morning also affects your mind. Many people drink coffee first thing in the morning without realizing that water is what their body needs most. After hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. Drinking a glass of water before anything else helps wake up your organs, improves digestion, and gives your brain the hydration it needs to function properly. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history, was known for drinking a special health drink every morning before he started his work. He believed that feeding the body properly helped keep the mind sharp. The thoughts you focus on in the morning also shape your day. Your brain has a system called the reticular activating system, which works like a filter. It takes in millions of pieces of information and decides what is important for you to notice. If you wake up thinking about stress and problems, your brain will look for more stress throughout the day. But if you wake up and set a positive intention, your brain will start finding opportunities and solutions. Muhammad Ali, the legendary boxer, used this technique every morning. He would wake up and tell himself, "I am the greatest." He did not wait until he won fights to believe in himself. He programmed his mind with confidence every single morning. This is how he trained his brain to see success before it happened. Visualization is another powerful tool that connects the mind and body. Your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. If you close your eyes and picture yourself succeeding, your brain starts believing it is possible. Many Olympic athletes use this technique before they even step onto the field. They see themselves winning in their minds first, and their bodies follow that belief. Setting a clear morning intention is another way to align the mind and body. This can be done by writing down your goals, saying affirmations, or simply deciding how you want to feel that day. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, had a powerful morning habit. Every day he would ask himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I be happy with what I am about to do? If the answer was no too many days in a row, he knew he had to change something. This habit helped him stay focused on what truly mattered. To fully align the mind and body before the world wakes up, you must be intentional. Take control by practicing stillness, moving your body, and feeding your mind with the right thoughts. Small changes like breathing deeply, stretching, drinking water, and setting an intention can have a massive impact on your energy and focus. The most successful people in history did not let their mornings happen by accident. They understood that the first hour of the day is the most important. They used this time to strengthen their bodies, sharpen their minds, and set a clear direction. If you feel tired, unmotivated, or stuck in negative habits, the solution is not outside of you. It is in how you begin your day. You have a choice every morning. You can wake up and let your mind and body stay disconnected, or you can wake up and align them. The thoughts you think, the movements you make, and the way you treat your body shape everything that follows. If you want to be stronger, healthier, and more successful, start by changing what you do before the world wakes up. The question is, will you take control of your mornings, or will you let them slip away? Number 5, the mindset, actions, and energy of high achievers before 8 a.m. Every morning, you have a fresh start. The way you think, the way you act, and the energy you bring into your day decide how successful you will be. Most people wake up and go straight into stress. They check their phones, rush through their morning, and start their day feeling tired and overwhelmed. But high achievers do something different. They do not leave their mornings to chance. They take control of their mindset, their actions, and their energy before the world even wakes up. Your mindset is the foundation of your success. The thoughts you think in the morning shape the way you feel and the choices you make. If you wake up and immediately focus on problems, your brain will find more problems. But if you wake up and focus on possibilities, your brain will find solutions. This is not just a motivational idea. It is how the brain works. Your mind is like a computer, running the programs you give it. If you feed it negativity, it will run on stress and fear. If you feed positive thoughts and strong intentions, it will guide you towards success. Many great minds have used this principle to achieve incredible things. One of the best examples is Thomas Edison. Every morning, he would take a few moments to sit in silence and let his mind wander. He believed that quiet thinking time in the morning helped him come up with some of his greatest inventions. Instead of starting his day in a rush, he gave his mind space to think, create, and solve problems. Another example is Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men of the 19th century. He used a technique called mental rehearsal. Every morning he would visualize his goals and imagine himself achieving them. He believed that seeing success in his mind made it more likely to happen in real life. Today, science has proven that visualization strengthens neural pathways in the brain, making it easier to take action toward your goals. So how can you create a powerful morning mindset? The first step is to be intentional about your first thoughts. Do not let negative thoughts take over as soon as you wake up. Instead, start your day with gratitude. Think about 3 things you are grateful for. This shifts your mind away from stress and into a state of possibility. Another way to shape your mindset is by using affirmations. Muhammad Ali, the legendary boxer, used this technique every morning. He would wake up and say, "I am the greatest." He did not wait for the world to tell him he was great. He told himself first. Over time, his mind started believing it, and he became one of the greatest athletes in history. You can do the same. Pick a few positive statements and repeat them every morning. Your mind will start to accept them as truth. The second key to success in the morning is taking action. Many people wake up with good intentions but do nothing to move toward their goals. High achievers do not just think about success, they take action every day. It starts in the morning. One of the most powerful morning actions is moving your body. Exercise wakes up your energy, sharpens your focus, and boosts your confidence. It does not have to be an intense workout. Even a short walk, stretching, or light movement can change how you feel for the rest of the day. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, understood this well. Even though he had one of the most demanding jobs in the world, he made sure to include movement in his morning routine. He believed that physical activity helped clear his mind and prepare him for the challenges of the day. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, also understood the important actions. Every morning, he would ask himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I be happy with what I am about to do? If the answer was no too many times, he knew he had to make a change. This simple habit helped him stay focused on what truly mattered. Another key action that successful people take in the morning is planning their day. Instead of letting the day control them, they decide in advance what they will focus on. This keeps their energy directed toward important tasks rather than getting lost in distractions. Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized the automobile industry, had a habit of writing down his ideas every morning. He believed that putting thoughts on paper helped him stay organized and focused. The third key to success in the morning is managing your energy. Many people start their day feeling exhausted because they do not know how to take care of their energy. They wake up late, rush through their morning, and rely on caffeine to get through the day. High achievers understand that energy is their most valuable resource. They know that if they do not manage their energy well in the morning, they will not have enough for the rest of the day. One of the simplest ways to boost your energy is drinking water. After hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. Many people drink coffee first thing in the morning, but what the body really needs is water. This helps wake up your organs, improves brain function, and gives you natural energy. Breathing exercises are another way to manage energy in the morning. Deep breathing sends signals to the brain that it is safe and calm. This helps reduce stress and improves focus. Ancient traditions like yoga and meditation have used breath work for centuries to increase energy and mental clarity. Even a few minutes of deep breathing in the morning can make a big difference. Successful people also protect their energy by avoiding negative inputs in the morning. They do not start their day by checking emails or reading the news. They know that what they consume in the morning affects how they feel for the rest of the day. Instead, they fill their minds with something positive. They read inspiring books, listen to motivational talks, or practice mindfulness. If you want to transform your life, start by changing your mornings. Take control of your mindset by feeding it with positive thoughts and strong intentions. Take action by moving your body, planning your day, and focusing on what matters most. Manage your energy by drinking water, breathing deeply, and protecting yourself from negativity. The most successful people in history did not leave their mornings to chance. They designed them with purpose. They knew that how they started their day shaped everything that followed. You do not have to wake up at 4 a.m. or follow someone else's routine exactly, but do have to be intentional about your mornings. You have a choice every day. You can wake up and repeat the same patterns, or you can wake up and take control of your future. The thoughts you think, the actions you take, and the energy you create before 8 a.m. determine the kind of life you build. The question is, will you let your mornings slip away, or will you use them to become the best version of yourself?